Was probably the most pressure cooker race of the season. How did it compare with something like even the Tour Series?
Well, the problem is you didn't really know what. I mean, this morning it was one race, and then of course with the accidents, which I'm going to hope the guys are all right. But the race was stopped for nearly an hour and a half. But the ambulance is out, people are hot, legs are going off because they've gone hard, and we've been riding to try and get things split up on that first 20k. So they stopped with heavy legs, which is a no-no. Can't sit on your rollers and warm them down, so you never know what you're going to get when you restart. And then we're restarting with a race that's not even 100k. But it's not hard terrain, so it's not like a tough little crit that 100k you can tear it apart. It basically became a nailed-on sprint. With guys not really going to be that fatigued when they got there, so it was always going to be a melee as well. And we did try to break up a bit on the big circuit, but it didn't really work for us. And we came back to the finish circuit knowing the guys were going to lead it out, so we came to the party late. I think you saw us leading right near the back end, which was the plan. And then, if it's a bunch kick that wasn't a particularly hard race, in reality, it's not perfect for Andy. You need it to be a bit harder.
A lot of guys in there as well that wouldn't normally.
As people whose legs would normally have come off before you got there, that were all getting in the way. The carnage of the last corner, anything could have happened. Luckily, Andy used his experience to get himself in the right place to get the team for us to beat the key people. But it's a shame. He is a pressure cooker, you're right. It's a shame for the guys that haven't qualified. I mean, it's Wiggins that haven't. And it's a shame because I think there's 5 really good teams at the moment. We all ride in a strong way, and we all ride well in Europe, and it would be a shame they're not in the race. But I'm really pleased that we're in. It'll be second time for my team, and I think we deserve to be there. We'll race hard, and I've got some good guys that enjoy it.
I guess the next big challenge is how to prepare for the Tour of Britain when there's no racing here.
Well, I was more flipping the other way because I've entered a lot of European races, and if we hadn't qualified for Tour of Britain, I was wondering why I was doing them. Luckily, we've qualified, so now the whole ream of races we've got it between. And to the end of this month, we're pretty slow. But you know what? I think we need a bit of a rest. We've got a few crits we can go and enjoy now. And we can have a little bit of a break for some of the guys. Some are parking a bit compared to where we were 6 weeks ago, and then we can really take August on. We've got in the UK, you've only really got Leicester and Rydal, but we've got I think we've got about 14 UCI races. So between Belgium and Holland.
What's your program?
Sorry.
Dual program?
Yeah, we'll be dual program for Leicester and Rydal. And obviously the rest of the time. We've got them congested, so I might take most of the squad over and they'll rotate on races. So but obviously I'll start to have one eye on the guys I'm going to select.
I was going to say the next challenge for you is which guys you're going to include.
It's not easy because it's a lumpy race. I've got to get in it to race it in a way that we get the most out of it. So that selection process is going to be the next pain. I've got a few people putting a hand in the air for it. But equally, I've got some people coming back to fitness that have been injured that might well actually be the good riders for it if they find their legs now. So it's a good problem to have.
And finally, you guys look at the selection criteria and you look at the tables and week in, week out. But actually, how does it affect the racing?
Well, you mean the way it's raced?
Yeah, I mean, knowing, because a lot of guys just go in there, a lot of teams just go into a race to win it. But there's also that second tier of.
Yeah, I mean, the first couple of rounds where we didn't hit the ground running, I think mainly, budget meant we didn't have a camp, we didn't have a few early races, stage races some of the guys had, and I think we didn't hit the ground running as well as we could have. That said, we gelled really fast and got going fast. But we lost ground at Rutland with accidents, we lost ground at Yorkshire with mechanicals. But majority of the time I do actually try to race to win and decide who my best person is for the race and actually do the best we can to get them with the best position, and hopefully that is a win. And since I took the philosophy that we'll just let nature take its course, it's kind of worked for us. This is pretty much the only one that I raced with a strict, this is what's on the table, You know, you have to ignore these people, race these people.
Yeah.
I don't like doing that, and I think it changes the race. It didn't affect this race too much because JLT weren't in that mix, and they were probably the team that really wanted to sprint anyway because Matt's going so well. In reality, the race probably raced as a normal race for a change, even though there was so much else going on. But I don't like that approach, and I'm trying to get the guys just to race because ultimately I've got young guys and I want to make better bike riders. So we go about it with a race plan to try and win the bike race, and if that means we qualify, then great. And obviously we have qualified, and I'm pleased we have. But I think, you know, we've been racing well most of the season, so, you know, I think we deserve to be there, and we're going to look forward to it.